Very scruffy Miss Brenna here to help me film. Yes, we just ate our dinner. Yeah, you feel better? She's still cute for her own good, and she knows it too. Hello everyone, it is Samantha and I hope you guys are having a great day today. I am here to talk about my weekend reads, as well as a very exciting event that I attended this past week. So actually at the time of filming, I'm actually between books right now. I finished all of my books that I was reading, and so now I need to start some new ones. And I figured that it would be a good opportunity for me today to ask you guys what books you think I should start this weekend and into next week. So I have several options right here, books I really want to get to, but I can't decide between. And I figured that you guys could tell me what 2 books you think I should read, because yes, I read more than 1 book at once and I do want to read 2. So I'll show you guys all the books I want to read and you guys can let me know down in the comments which 2 you think I should start. The first one is one that regardless I'm going to be reading this month, but when I want to start it is up for debate, and that book is Red Sister by Marc Lowrance. This is one of the books for the BookTube SFF Awards, and actually this is a read-along that I'm hosting for this month. The story is about Nona, who is a rather bloodthirsty child sent to live with, I think it's like a convent of the Sisters of Mercy, where she basically learns to kind of hone her skills, and she seems like a very mysterious character from what I've heard from others speak about this book, so it's one that I'm definitely intrigued by. I've read other Marc Lowrance books. I read his Broken Empire trilogy, and I wasn't the biggest fan, but I've heard that this series is pretty phenomenal, so it's definitely one that I'm very excited to check out. The next book is another BookTube SFF Awards pick, and that is Collapsing Empire by John Scalzi. This is a book that's all about the flow. The flow is basically how humanity is able to travel to other parts of their universe and basically leave Earth forgotten, but the flow is starting to separate all of these different places, so people are becoming stranded, and it seems like it'll be very exciting. I really enjoy John Scalzi's books, what I've read so far, so I'm definitely intrigued to see what this one will be like. So will this be the one that I start next? Only you guys can tell. The next book that I have on this list is one that I'm really excited to get to, because I just purchased it this past week, and I loved book 1, and it is Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. This is the 2nd book, and I'm not actually sure what the series is called. But it's the sequel to The Bear and the Nightingale, which I loved immensely. It was one of my favorite books from this year. So I'm really, really itching to pick this one up, but I will leave that up to you guys to decide. This book is the final book in a series that I have been loving, and that of course is The Trader's Son Cycle, and that book is The Fall of Dragons by Miles Cameron. I expect this one to be very epic. I've heard from Michael from Bitten by Radioactive Book that it's a very, very epic ending, so I am very, very excited to get to this one. The only caveat with this book is that it will take me a while to get through because Miles Cameron's books are rather dense, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice. And the final book is one that I've shown many times on my channel and still have not started, and it is a new release for 2018, and that is Child of a Mad God by Ra Salvatore. So will this be the opportunity in which I will finally pick this book up? I don't know, you guys are gonna have to let me know. So yeah, that is the 5 books that I'm hoping to start. They're all kind of chunky books, but I'm okay with that. So you guys will have to let me know which 2 you would like to see me start this coming weekend and read this coming week, and I will do so. So yeah, just let me know down in the comments, probably sometime later tonight or tomorrow morning. I will look through your guys' comments and choose one. So yes, let me know down below. On the subject of John Scalzi, which is of course one of the authors of one of the books in my list there, I received a very exciting package from Tor that contains some John Scalzi goodies, and I will now show you guys on camera. I did already peek because I have no self-control. So the first thing I noticed when I opened up this bad boy of a package was this slip of paper that says, "Hi, my name is Donut. It looks like I have something special on my collar." And I'm assuming that Donut is this cute, adorable little stuffed cat, and on his collar is a very curious USB drive, which I have not put into my computer yet, so stay tuned to see what's on this USB drive, what special little secrets are contained on this little cat's collar. I will keep you guys all updated on what information is contained in it. And then inside was a book, and in that book happens to be Locked In by John Scalzi. I never read this when it first came out, but I've heard amazing things about it, and so of course I was very excited to finally get a copy of it. And then also in here is his newest book, and that is Head On. This is a sequel to Locked In, and it features all the people who have Hayden syndrome using their robotic bodies to engage in a game called Hilketa, which the premise is that you use swords and clubs to basically decapitate each other's heads from your body and then carry the head to the goalpost. So it's very brutal, but it sounds like an actual human body ends up dropping dead on the field instead of using the robotic bodies that they're supposed to be using. So it seems like it'll be very exciting. I gather that this is kind of like a standalone book from Locked In, but I do intend to read Locked In first, and I'm very excited to do so because I've heard it was a pretty amazing book. And then in addition to those 2 books, there was also a bag of chocolate goodies. little different sports balls, which I'm assuming has to do with the game in the book. So yes, plus, I mean, it's chocolate, so you can't go wrong with more chocolate. And the next book I also received this past week, actually today, was also from Tor, and I'm super excited about this book. It is called The Queens of Ennis Weir, and it is a fantasy novel inspired by the story of King Lear. So it's a bunch of different dynasties and shafted women fighting for power after the king has been killed. So it seems like it'll be very epic and exciting. It's by Tessa Gratton, which I gather that this is her first adult fantasy novel. She had previously only written YA, so I'm very excited to see what this holds. I've never read anything by her before, but this book just seems super, super exciting. And look at that cover, isn't that so cool? So, I don't know, if you think I should start this one soon too, let me know. If you think this should be one of the 2 books that I start, just let me know down in the comments. You can include it in there, and I may indeed jump on this one. This actually, it was already out. It went on sale on March 27th, so you can in fact get your hands on this one now. Yesterday, I received a very exciting package from Penguin for a series that I have been meaning to start and finish. I started the first book a while ago in the audiobook, but I never finished it. And that book was An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I really, really, really liked what I read so far, but I never finished it. I only got like 100 pages into it, and I need to finish it, and now I can. And they also sent me book 2, which is A Torch Against the Night. And I gather that these are redesigned covers, so they look like this, but I think they look pretty cool. I mean, I like the original cover, but I also like these ones. And I don't normally like covers with people on the covers. That sounded really redundant. I'm really sorry. I'm having issues speaking. Yes, English is not my friend today. Anyway, I just like these covers and I like the colors, and yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping to like read these ones soon because I know the 3rd book is coming out this year, and now I have these 2, so I can do so. And I don't know why I'm dancing and singing. Blame it on the triple shot latte. I'm really sorry, guys. So aside from all of the exciting books and packages I got this week, I had another exciting event occur this week. That is right, I finally saw Hamilton on stage, and it was amazing. It was the most exciting and awesome experience I have ever had. It blew my mind away. Like, I have been listening to the soundtrack and I've been obsessed with it and learning everything I can about it since December of 2015, and I have all the songs memorized, but to finally see it on stage was phenomenal. I had such an amazing time. The whole production is just fantastic. If you ever get a chance to go and see it on stage, I highly recommend you do so. Like, I cannot stop gushing about it. Like, it's just so great to see all of the songs that you're used to hearing acted out, and there's so much more humor that I wasn't expecting that you don't get from the songs because you can't see people's faces and the body language and like the things that are going on stage. So that was fantastic to see. I had such a fun time. One hilarious thing about my experience was that we had a really aggressive usher. He was like, before the show started, he was like super on anybody taking any photos, even selfies. Like the couple next to us took a selfie and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he like apparently jumped on them. They're like, "We're just taking a selfie." He's like, "Well, I'll let you keep it since it's just you guys." Like, he was super aggressive, and it's funny because I know other people who went to see this production and their ushers were totally fine with them taking pictures before the show, but our usher was like, he was having none of it. I mean, even if you were just on your phone scrolling Twitter, he was like hovering to make sure you weren't doing anything, and I'm like, calm down, buddy. He took his job very seriously. But aside from that, it was great. The whole audience was like super into the show and like kind of rowdy, but it just kind of added to the fun atmosphere. And it was so great, guys. And like Jefferson, who I never really cared for on the album because he always came across as kind of a jerk, I actually loved him. He's one of my favorite characters when you actually watch the production in person because he's so hammy and he's just like playing it up, and oh, I just loved everything about it. The other thing that I wasn't expecting was that I actually preferred the Aaron Burr from our production. The actor who played Aaron Burr in the cast that is in Portland is Nick Walker, and I don't know, there's just something about the way that he took the Aaron Burr character that I really enjoyed. His humor and sarcasm was much more pronounced, which I really, really enjoyed. So I still love Leslie Odom Jr., but like I really did like how Nick Walker handled the characters. That was another really great thing about seeing it on stage. Just how these different actors kind of take the roles and make them their own. I also splurged while I was there and bought a few like souvenirs. So I got this t-shirt, which is "Just Like My Country, I'm Young, Scrappy, and Hungry." And I just couldn't pass it up. And it's really comfortable, actually. It's a men's t-shirt, but I like it because it still fits me and is comfortable, and you can't get anything better than a comfortable t-shirt. And then I also got the official playbill for Hamilton. This is for the original Broadway cast. I would have gotten the one for the traveling cast, but they said that for whatever reason, the Phillip cast, which is the name of the cast that's in Portland, they weren't included in it. And so I'm like, well, I was only gonna get it if the cast that we were seeing was going to be included in that one, but they weren't. So I went ahead and got the original cast playbill, and it's really, really cool. Like this is like super gorgeous. It has a bunch of pictures from the original cast in the play, and I just love everything about it. It's just super, super cool. And then I also got a pin with the Hamilton logo for my backpack because it has several pins on my backpack. So yeah, it was a fun time. If you ever have an opportunity to go and see it yourself, I highly recommend you do so because it was phenomenal. Definitely the highlight of my week. Yes, aside from the excitingness that was Hamilton and getting a bunch of book packages this week, I also started coloring in Johanna Basford's Ivy in the Inky Butterfly coloring book. This is her most recent one, and I'm coloring this picture right here, which is like a little flowery scene. I haven't gotten very far, as you can tell, but I'm really enjoying coloring in this one. It's actually a storybook, so it tells a story. And the other thing that I love about this one is that there are a lot of pictures with dragons in them. Like there's at least 5 pages, I would say, that have dragons, and it made me really, really happy when I saw that. So I want to color some more in this guy, and then also play some games on my Switch, which will most likely be I Am Setsuna, and then I need to get back into Xenoblade. So yes, I have a very low-key rest of my weekend coming up, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Until next time, happy reading. Bye!